Well, after announcing that he'll participate in this year's home run derby, Shohei Ohtani hit 2 homers last night. The two-way sensation now has 21 on the season, and he's looking for more tonight against the Tigers, and it comes up right here on FS1 as we welcome you to the MLB on FS1 pregame show presented by Geico. That's right, good to see you. Come on in the studio. Angels and the Tigers here tonight with the Big Hurt, Hall of Famer Frank Thomas. And I'm Kevin Burkhardt, and it is the Shohei Ohtani show, Frank. Every night he's doing something that amazes you.
This guy's amazing. I mean, he's doing things that we used to see in high school. Go out and pitch a game, throw 100 miles an hour, then hit 2 home runs, 500 feet. I mean, this guy is a potential legend here in the game of baseball at the major league level. And
he's got the Angels back in the mix a little bit here, see if they keep up some momentum against the Tigers here tonight. Some highlights from around baseball today. Let's get you caught up. The A's, well, they're in first place coming into today, taking on the Yankees. They blew a lead, and then Gio Urshela says, yeah, I'll take this.
Gio's been clutch for the Yankees all season long. He's the one guy in the lineup that has hit the entire season.
And the Yankees get a win. Red Sox and the Royals, J.D. Martinez against Brad Keller.
This is a great sight for Boston. When this guy goes, they roll out a lot of wins in a hurry because this guy's a big-time performer.
Red Sox can hit 7-1. They win that game. Blue Jays and Orioles. Speaking of guys that can hit, how about Vlad Guerrero Jr.?
The 22-year-old sensation pacing the American League with a Triple Crown bid. Something that we haven't seen. He's leading all of baseball with home runs.
That was the 23rd, which leads. And then that wasn't enough, Frank. Might as well get the game-winning hit, too.
Clutch double. You might as well finish the show. This guy's an amazing start. Lost a lot of weight in the preseason, and he's fulfilling his potential mightily this season.
Just tremendous. Blue Jays get a nice victory. Mets Nationals, game 1 of a twin bill. Francisco Lindor hit not 1, but 2 home runs.
Just a matter of time. We know he got the huge contract to start the season, but this guy's a true superstar. He's relaxing now in New York, and you're starting to see his ability.
And so the Mets, 5-1 winners over the Nationals. Anthony Rendon, healthy, and he can play. We know that. The Angels and the Tigers coming your way on FS1 coming into today. They're 8.5 games out behind the A's. Miguel Cabrera, 8 away now from 500 career home runs. He and the Tigers looking to make some noise in Anaheim tonight. The first pitch comes up next.
Is it possible to plan a surprise party for a psychic?
I have no idea.
Why are you in a movie, but on TV?
When do you go from being a model actor to actor model?
Soon, babe. Soon.
It's a visibility thing.
If we can make the screen bigger, why don't we simply make it bigger?
Question everything. We did.
Bigger is good.
It's your journey in the all-new Hyundai Tucson with an extra-wide 10.25-inch infotainment screen.
Hun, those ribs ready?
No.
Ribs, better with Pepsi.
The magic is calling you to the Walt Disney World 50th Anniversary Celebration, beginning October 1st.
These aren't your normal nachos. Nuh-uh. With double the seasoned beef and a large drink for just $5, it deserves a name with some oomph, something grand. Or grande. It's the $5 grande nachos, only at Taco Bell.
There's a lot of talk about getting back to the way things were. But what does that mean? Does it mean getting back out here to feed the world? Is it about getting back to this commute? This community? Or this ingenuity? For the folks who run with us, there is no going back. Because they've never stopped working towards a better tomorrow. Together, we run forward.
Sorry, Ricky.
Nice shot.
Cheese crackers, Sargento. New, perfectly perfectly sized. Cheese and Ritz, cheese and Triscuit, cheese and wheat thins. Cheese, 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 real natural cheese. Now with your favorite crackers.
Sargento.
We're real cheese people.
Moments from first pitch on a beautiful Saturday night in Southern California. It's the Detroit Tigers and the Los Angeles Angels. Alex Faust, Mark Sweeney here with you. The Angels looking for their third straight win, and for 9 in a 12-game span, they climbed all the way back to 500 after that early rut. And at the heart of it all is the man making an early case for AL MVP, Shohei Ohtani. 2 home runs last night.
Must-see TV. You see the 3-iron into right center, and then he follows that up to going left center. He has been putting on a show. Also announced he is going to be participating in the home run derby. Already getting loose for that.
Third in the big leagues in homers this year, and every night seemingly is a show at Angel Stadium. Now for the Tigers, they brought aboard a bunch of young talent this season, but as ever, this man anchors the order. Miguel Cabrera, he's bounced back from a rough first couple of months of the season, having a great June.
Yeah, 19-year veteran, and you need that balance if you're the Detroit Tigers, and Miguel Cabrera getting very close to a lot of career milestones.
All right, let's take a look at the Tigers lineup. Robbie Grossman leading things off. 6th most walks in Major League Baseball this year. He's been great at the leadoff spot for Detroit. Jonathan Scope at first. Yemer Candelario at third. Cabrera DHing. Eric Haas moves from catcher to left field. Daz Cameron in center. Willie Castro at second. Jake Rogers behind the plate, and Harold Castro at short there without Nico Goodrum, who was injured last night. And Patrick Sandoval goes for the Angels. Coming off his first career win as a starter. He started the year in the bullpen and has put together some pretty good work of late.
Yeah, and he was working at his 6th start. This is a nice add to the starting rotation. It's a plus-plus changeup, but he has velocity on the fastball to have a nice mixture, and he gets another opportunity, and he's looking forward to that.
6th appearance for Sandoval as a starter this year. Take a look at the Angels defensively from left to right. It's Upton, Ward, and Rengifo in the outfield. Anthony Rendon returns for the Angels. He's been day-to-day. Missed the last 4 games. Jose Iglesias at short. David Fletcher at second. Jared Walsh will talk about his offensive production. He's at first. And Kurt Suzuki behind the plates for the Halos, who have made quite the comeback. May 22nd, this team was 8 games under 500. They had just lost Mike Trout to injury. But they are back level at 35-35. Sandoval goes to work, and we are underway at Angel Stadium. Robbie Grossman leading things off for Detroit. I mentioned how great he has been at the top of this order. Sandoval deals low and in for ball 2.
It'll be interesting to watch Sandoval. That fastball command sets up that changeup, but he has trust in throwing that changeup at any time. Also a slider and a curveball to go along with it.
Well, for the Angels this year, they want to get their starters deeper into games, and Sandoval has shown those last couple starts that he's been capable. In the air to right. Drifting back, Rengifo to the track and in front of the wall. Had to leave his feet to make the catch. 1 down.
Well, Grossman got into a good hitter's count, 2-0, shooting that fastball the other way. Had good sound off the bat. You see Rengifo right around that warning track. Feel that wall coming in. First out for the Angels. Sandoval loved it.
Shaking his head. He wants batted balls in play. He's plenty comfortable with that. We were talking to him yesterday about his approach as a starter. Does not want to see many in the air. First pitch in there, a strike to Jonathan Scope. Leading the Tigers with 12 home runs this year. He's been terrific of late, batting .360 since May 22nd. And he fights one off the hands and into right through a gaping hole on the right side of the infield. It's a 1-out single for Scope. Tigers coming off a sweep in Kansas City and trying to put together some better play. They have of late.
Well, you talked about Scope being much better, obviously fighting this one off, but it also beats a shift. 3 on the left side. That's smart hitting.
Here's Gamer Candelario, switch hitting third baseman. Drew a couple of walks last night. Shift not nearly as pronounced here as they hold the runner on at first. And the fastball misses low from Sandoval. One down, top of the first. Having a bit of an issue with our score box, our Fox box. This one's fouled out.
Well, the good thing with Sandoval is when he gets traffic, he doesn't really get nervous. And why I say that, it's a plus-plus changeup. He can pitch to contact and get that double play ball. And that's rare in the game. So many pitchers this day and age want to miss bats as many times and go up to those strikeouts. He has that ability as well.
Well, he has a phenomenal whiff rate on that changeup. Catches the outside corner here. 21 strikeouts from the changeup alone. He gets a whiff rate of 59% on that pitch. That is the best on a changeup in the big leagues.
Yeah, what makes a great changeup? Arm speed. And he maintains that.
There's a 1-2. And Candelario crossed up. 2 away.
Well, there it is. When it comes out of the hand, you can see that it just has a presentation as a fastball. See the circle change grip. Throws it hard right down the middle of the plate, and you don't need precise location. And get Candelario with that plus changeup.
It's only coming in at 86, but Candelario nowhere close. Here's Cabrera. Multi-hit night last evening.
Back-to-back hitters where he's landed that breaking ball. Just getting ahead of these Tiger hitters. He can expose them out off the plate when you get ahead.
Pretty short lead for Scope at first. There's a strike, belt high.
Yeah, it's interesting, Alex. You watch this series. They've been crowding Cabrera with the fastball, but the breaking ball has given him problems. Last night with the 2 hits in the game, but they were coming later in counts.
3 of the last 4 outings for Cabrera have resulted in multi-hit games. Behind 0-2 here, as Sandoval gets him chasing. Pair of strikeouts for Sandoval. Half an inning through.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Comfort in the extreme. The Lincoln family of luxury SUVs.
The Edge from Pizza Hut. It comes loaded with toppings all the way to the edge. For the crust, let's keep it real, thin, and crispy. Every bite is a masterpiece.
I really gotta get going, man.
The Edge is back. Get it before it's gone. No one outbeats the Hut.
Shh. We're in a State Farm commercial. Anything can happen.
Is that Jake from State Farm?
Things are gonna go surprisingly great, like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
What's up, family?
Uncle Cliff!
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The best ingredients are easy to explain. Like food that's grown from soil and rain. Artichokes and egg yolks have nothing to hide. Unlike azodicarbonamide, our domain is organic romaine, ancient grains, chunky or plain. Fuel for the brain. Absolutely anything but mundane. We only sell food we know you'll adore. So icky products are banned from our store. Saying no to that stuff is more than a goal, because that's what makes us whole.
The annual purge has been extended.
Is the real purge. The forever purge.
The forever purge. Rated R.
Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Because grilled to order makes a sub above.
Quick look at the Angels order. Justin Upton, what a job he's done leading things off. Ohtani bats second, Taylor Ward in center. You've got Rendon back into the cleanup spot. Jared Walsh, Jose Iglesias, Luis Rengifo, Kurt Suzuki, and David Fletcher in the 9-hole as Wily Peralta goes to work, the righty. And the first pitch swinging from Upton fouled back. It's a bit of a bullpen day expected for the Tigers. Peralta's only action last year was in the Dominican Winter League. This would have been Matthew Boyd's turn in the rotation, but a rash of injuries for the Tigers. They're without Spencer Turnbull, Erasmo Ramirez. As Upton grounds it, or lines it back to the mound. What a reaction from Peralta. One down.
Looked like Justin Upton hit it right into his glove. If not, that's probably heading into center field. Peralta's probably got to feel that left hand just a little bit, stinging a little bit, I would say.
That's one way to get in the game. Sheesh. That'll bring up Ohtani. Peralta making his first big league start against our first big league start since May 14th of 2017, and what a lineup he has to go up against as he misses upstairs with an off-speed pitch. All right, so you want to know where Shohei ranks? You want to know the early case for MVP? Pretty clear. 2-0.
Well, the X-Base hits really resonate with me last night with his 20th and 21st home run. But this is must-see TV. Everyone has to watch these at-bats. And without Mike Trout, he is a huge presence in that batter's box.
Oh, just in terms of sheer run production, the Angels have produced the most runs in the big leagues in June. And Ohtani has been right at the middle of it. Three and one. And keep in mind, Ohtani's numbers pitching have been up there too. Right? It's not, he hasn't been a slouch in that department.
Sub-3 RA, 3-1 record. He's doing it all.
Just nips the outside corner with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
I really believe that without the presence of Mike Trout behind him, it's actually helping him. And why I say that, he's taking a lot of pitches. Swing rate is going down. Swing and miss rate going down. So that's important. Just managing his own at-bats.
Behind on a heater. 2 away in the first.
Yeah, it looked like he was sitting off speed, and he gets the two-seam fastball just over the barrel of the bat. And for Ohtani, just checking that and adding some information for later in the game.
2 away, and here's Taylor Ward. Fights off the first pitch on the hands. Hit his first career grand slam Thursday night. Proved to be the difference. Made the game 7-1 at the time. Angels were kind of hanging on towards the end. Their bullpen has been an issue. Wound up being a 7-5 victory. Ward, recalled in early May from AAA Salt Lake, has been terrific. Grounded left side, diving play. Candelario across. Got him! What a play from Jeimer Candelario. And the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down. And a gem early in this game from Candelario.
Yeah, just going to his left and diving, but having the presence and also the arm strength. Didn't have a very good grip on that ball. He does indeed get him.
Checking to see if that was reviewable. No, sir.
The flat spin 360. Often imagined, rarely attempted. Accomplished. Just this once. The turbocharged Kia K5.
Saturday is baseball night in America on Fox, and the biggest rivalry in sports takes center stage.
Here we go.
Aaron Judge leads the Yankees against Bogarts and the Red Sox. Or the Cubs take on Mookie and the Dodgers. It's baseball night in America, next Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Hey, Florida! Cons Home Plus is finally here. For more than 130 years, we've been helping people make home feel like home. And we've got all the top brands to furnish every room. Quality furniture, state-of-the-art appliances, the latest electronics, and much more. Plus, with our personalized approach to financing, you can get low payments over time, good credit, or building it. Come and see what we really mean when we say, make it happen. Now open in Orlando and Ocala.
This isn't your typical runaway bride scene. It's a Nissan sales event ad. Now that's something I can commit to. His RAV4 doesn't even have as many standard safety features as this Rogue.
Hurry in and save up to $62.62 on select models.
Love may be forever, but these offers are not.
Top two at Angels Stadium. Alex Faust, Mark Sweeney here with you. Detroit Tigers, who have won 3 of 5 on this road trip. 5, 6, and 7 for Detroit. There's Eric Haas. A bouncing breaking ball from Patrick Sandoval, 1-0. Haas, who's been behind the plate most of the year, only his 8th career start in the outfield. And left today for Detroit. Jake Rogers behind the plate. Ball 2. Part of the rebuild project for Detroit has involved getting some pretty cool local stories. Haas lifts this one down the line, right side, and only a step or two in front of the wall. Rengifo again having to navigate the barriers out there. 1 down.
Second put out for Rengifo, and there's trouble down the right field line. See that curving right at the foul pole. Has to navigate that. And a nice catch for the first out. It's the concentration when you get down near there, the fans. Nice to be on the home side. Sandoval like and appreciating another effort by Rengifo.
Here's Daz Cameron. Rookie. 1 for 4 last night with a double. But again, part of this wave that's come about for the Tigers, there's an understanding of where they are in terms of personnel. They're still maybe a little bit off from where they want to be, but you're starting to see some of those returns with Cameron defensively and the play of Akil Baddoo. Is a terrific story coming out of spring training for A.J. Hinch and this club.
Well, A.J. Hinch understands that they're in a transition period. Yes, you have to have a nice mixture of veterans teaching the youth through the first seasons as a Tigers manager. I think the expectations are there to win. That's what A.J. Hinch has, the mentality. But there's also a training aspect to this roster. And understanding you want aggression, but you also want to be calculated. I think there's a nice mixture of that going on with the Tigers right now.
They've got a couple more prospects that they're expecting here soon. #1 overall pick Spencer Torkelson in High A, West Michigan. Dylan Dingler, you can add to this group as well. He's in High A ball. As Sandoval picks up his 3rd strikeout, getting Cameron chasing. 2 down in the 2nd.
Well, we heard the plus changeup, and man, this location just comes out of the hand, and you can see that he understands where to locate it, even when he's behind the count. Watch the location of this. The presentation of it a strike for so long, and then it dips out of the strike zone. That's a dominating pitch.
3 Ks for Sandoval. All swinging. And there's Willie Castro. 1 for 4 last night with an RBI. Tigers still trying to sort out their infield a little bit as well. They've used 27 different starting infields. And Castro has been part of that. The other Castro on the roster, Harold Castro, has been moved around, batting in the 9 hole. Was looking at the fielding logs for Harold. He's played at 1st, 2nd, 3rd, short, left, and center.
Yeah, and you know what, Alex? I think baseball is going with that versatility more so than ever. But when you have a versatile roster, I think that just gives opportunities.
Bouncer to 2nd, and Fletcher with the putout.
The light. It comes from within. It drives you, and it guides you to shine your brightest. As you charge ahead, illuminating the way forward, a light maker. Recognizing that the impact you make comes from the energy you create. Introducing the all-electric Lyric, lighting the way.
Cheese crackers, Sargento. New, perfectly sized. Cheese and Ritz, cheese and Triscuit, cheese and wheat thins. Cheese, real natural cheese. Now with your favorite crackers.
Sargento. We're real cheese people.
Want to be a winner, then get a turkey footlong from Subway. That's oven roasted turkey piled high with crisp veggies on freshly baked bread. So let's get out there and get those footlongs.
Now at Subway, buy 1 footlong in the app and get 50% off. Subway, eat fresh.
Get ready for the Major League Baseball Junior Home Run Derby, powered by at MLB Developers. Sign up for free at jrhrd.com.
Check out baseball on the Fox Sports app.
Fox Bet Super 6 has you covered all baseball season long with a new late innings contest. Download the Fox Bet Super 6 app now and enter for free for your chance to win Big Papi's money. No score, bottom 2 in Anaheim. And it's the middle 3rd of the order, and Angel fans love to see this man back in the lineup. Anthony Rendon, first game since Monday. In and out of the lineup with a little bit of injury trouble this year, but even with the absence, still has put up a terrific June. 16 driven in this month, and 2nd most in the big leagues.
Yeah, Alex, they're going to need him, and the reason why, because they need production in the middle of the order.
1 away. There's Scope making the catch.
I think with Joe Madden trying to restructure and reshuffle the lineup, Anthony Rendon, with that resume, needs to act the part. And Joe Madden understands that. With a Trout injury, you're going to have to get production from everywhere else. And just good to see him on the field. And they need that consistently.
Yeah. They've been able to mix and match parts in the infield fairly well over this last stretch. As this is sharply hit into the left center gap, cut off by Haas, juggled it, and that'll allow Walsh to turn the corner and head to second. See what the scoring will be, but either way, that was a sharply hit line drive from Jared Walsh.
Yeah, both of these teams, Alex, are going to have to push the envelope on the bases. Absolutely love this swing. The left-handed swing going the other way. Nothing better. You see the inexperience of Haas in left field, but Walsh gets out of the batter's box. He's peeking, but he's trying to push that element. Strolls into second base. Oh, Joe Madden loves that.
Official score calls it a double. And here's Jose Iglesias, so the man in scoring position. Well, Jared Walsh, since September of last year, has emerged as exactly one of those guys you're talking about without Mike Trout, without Anthony Rendon. Who are you going to have, right? It's not going to be Ohtani and Upton at the top. You have Taylor Ward and Jared Walsh, who have put up really good years.
I think when you have opportunity, Alex, and you get that opportunity and you are ready for it, that's when you get the great stories like Walsh.
'17th double, team leading for Walsh. Still another couple weeks yet before Trout is expected back. There's a strike, 1-2. Back on May 17th. Strained right calf. Pretty innocuous play, but
that's got to be driving him crazy not being in the lineup. Also seeing the production that they're getting offensively. When he comes back, he'll just add to it.
1-2 to Iglesias. And he pokes it up the middle. Stopped by Castro diving to his left. That'll prevent a run from scoring. But it's an infield single for Iglesias. And the Angels have men at the corners with one out.
Just playing pepper up the middle of the diamond. See, not shifting on Iglesias, but a nice play by Castro. Possibly saving a run with that defensive effort. Yeah, going to his left and just that dive just to keep it in the infield.
So there's Rengifo. The Angels, who have been super efficient offensively, hitting .291 with runners in scoring position this year. That is the best mark in baseball this year. Rengifo takes outside, 1 for 4 last night with his first home run of the season.
Peralta would like nothing more to enhance that defensive effort behind him with a double play here.
A 1-0. Counting it's a 1-1. This was last night in an 11-3 drubbing. Five runs in the 7th inning for the Angels last night. In the 5th inning, I beg your pardon. And they'll get one, but the run will score. So Walsh comes across. It's an RBI for Rengifo, and the Angels have the lead.
Well, not hit hard enough for that double play. You can see off the end of the bat just getting that force out at second base. Can't fault Peralta. He did his job getting that ground ball. But not enough time for the double play by Castro.
So Iglesias is erased on the 4-6 Force out. And here's Kurt Suzuki. Suzuki did not play yesterday. Max Stassi has, you want to talk about another guy that, I don't know about what the expectations were for Stassi coming into the year. I have to imagine he's exceeded them. Suzuki takes upstairs 2-0.
Yeah, I got to agree with you, Alex. And that's the stories that you have when you have a guy like Mike Trout going down and everyone else stepping up. It's so important, and that's the story so far for the Angels.
Stassi, 357 this month. And again, kind of big picture wise, the Angels are 4 games over 500 without Mike Trout. And it takes stories like that. Even Suzuki, who's 6 for his last 12. 2 for 4 Thursday night. We have the runner at first in the form of Rengifo. Blown away, ball 3.
Well, so many stories, Alex. Albert Pujols not in an Angels uniform anymore. He's up to 5 with the Dodgers. But sometimes guys have to step up, and that's exactly what they're doing. So I think Joe Maddon is very pleased with the team, especially their offensive efforts.
Suzuki taking all the way. Angels taking the lead. It's half of the inning with Jared Walsh coming around to score after a 1-out double. As Peralta takes a peek over his left shoulder. He'll come home on a 3-1. And it's in the air to left. Shallow and playable for Haas. And that does it. But the Angels strike first. 1-0 Halos.
This is so crispy, juicy, and tender, you might even call it deluxe. Okay, now you can definitely call it deluxe. Introducing McDonald's new Deluxe Crispy Chicken Sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Wings, better with Pepsi.
Your shop is looking great, Kim.
Almost there. I still need an internet provider. I refuse to get locked in a contract.
Spectrum Business has no contracts, and they have low prices tailored to new businesses with built-in extras you need. Desktop security, domain name, and email.
I'll be doing a lot of online grab-and-go orders. I need fast internet.
Slow derp is great for coffee, but not internet. Spectrum Business starts at 200 megabits per second.
Fast speeds, low prices, and no contracts?
It's a great blend.
It's time for Sleep Number's lowest prices of the season on the Sleep Number 360 smart bed. It's the most comfortable, body sensing, automatically responding, energy building, dually adjustable, dad powering, wellness boosting, foot warming, temperature balancing, recovery assisting, effortlessly life-changing, proven quality night's sleep we've ever made. And now the new Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 smart bed is only $8.99, only for a limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Top 3 at Angel Stadium. Rengifo has 2 of the putouts for the Angels. Patrick Sandoval with 3 strikeouts, all on that masterful changeup. And the Angels lead 1-0 as we start the third. Now, it's interesting when you get put in a situation like this for Sandoval. As a reliever last year, his ERA was north of 6. But he's looked so composed in each of his starts this year. This is his 6th game started this season.
Alex, I think the natural progression is most of these guys start in the minor leagues. So when you transition up to the big league level, you have opportunities in the bullpen. I think everyone wants to be that starter. And Sandoval has done a really nice job tonight, landing that curveball early in the count.
Oh, it's a bit of a dream come true for Sandoval. Traded from the Houston Astros to the team he grew up rooting for. It's a deal that sent Martin Maldonado to the Astros. Product of Mission Viejo. Curveball just outside 1-1. And he's kind of used to, I guess, now the role of being thrown in when they need him. And maybe he has broken through and is established in this rotation a bit. One to Jake Rogers upstairs. Back on May 27th. It was quite a funny story, I guess, at the time. Shohei Ohtani was scheduled to pitch in a game in Oakland. But as you know, when rush hour gets bad on the Bay Bridge, bad things happen. Upstairs 3-1. And so the Oakland or the Angels buses, I guess they had informed Ohtani there's a bad traffic jam. You might have to take Bart to the stadium. Well, if you've ever taken Bart to the East Bay, you know that you have to change trains. And that's where things got interesting for Ohtani, and he got lost on Bart, and as a result, Sandoval had to take the spot start that day.
And the Bart start.
Fouled off, count runs full.
Well, that's the interesting aspect, too, when you get to the field and you're not having that expectation preparing for a start. Sometimes that works out for you. And it has for Sandoval. I think maybe he owes Shohei a dinner or two. What do you think?
He lost Rogers. First walk for Sandoval, but so far, so good with the changeup, 3 Ks.
Yeah, and you know what? The setup has been good, landing that first pitch and being able to expose these Detroit Tiger hitters with that changeup. The location is perfect. Arm speed is really good. That's a reason why they say a plus changeup. Getting easy outs for Sandoval.
There's Harold Castro. The only lefty in the order for the Tigers tonight. Nubbed foul. Large part due to his command of that changeup. Back on June 6th, Angels playing the Mariners got 32 swings and misses in a game. That is still the most in the majors this year.
I tell you what, when you're on a list with Jacob deGrom, because Jacob deGrom's throwing triple digits with the fastball, 94, 93 mile an hour slider. Well, tip of the cap to Sandoval.
Yeah, it's just game show numbers with what deGrom's done the first couple of months.
It is. Well, he's got a good feel for the breaking ball tonight. That's what's good, because in the Tigers' mind, that changeup is always there. Trying to beat that, especially in your first at bat.
Oh, 0-2 to Harold Castro. And did he hold up? No. 4th strikeout for Sandoval.
Yeah, different shapes to the breaking ball. That might have been the slider down in the dirt. Let's check on the check swing. Pretty close.
Blackney at third base tonight. James Hoy behind the plate. Lineup turns over. Here's Grossman with Rogers at first. Not a threat. Strike one.
Yeah, second time around, you might see these Tigers sit on a breaking ball early in the count. See if Sandoval changes up the way he is going to pitch the second time around. Always has that changeup in his back pocket.
0-2. Rogers with the walk this inning. That's the first time that Sandoval has had a 3-ball count in this game. Been ahead on most of these hitters. 0-2 to Robbie Grossman. 0 for 1 this evening. The fly out to right, and it's bounced off of home plate. Nicely blocked by Suzuki.
The veteran backstop just giving his starting pitcher some trust to be able to bury that breaking ball.
1,549th career game for Kurt Suzuki tonight. He's the second most among all active catchers, behind only the ageless Yadier Molina. Ball and 2 strikes. Here it comes. And the count evens 2-2.
Yadier Molina, isn't he the staple of the catching position?
Yeah.
I think 5 years after he decides to finish, you can push away a space in the Hall of Fame.
Speaking of Molinas, off the hands and fouled straight back. Pretty grinding at bat here for Robbie Grossman, who is among the best at this sort of thing, not only in drawing walks in the end, but just getting pitch after pitch. 6th of the at-bat coming. Called strike 3 outside corner. And it's a rare fastball from Sandoval that gets his 5th strikeout.
Well, what's impressive about Sandoval, obviously we've talked about his changeup, but pitching backwards, and really the trust in his catcher to be able to pitch backwards. What I mean is the off-speed pitch early, finish him off with the fastball. He's pitching.
Here's Scope, responsible for the only base hit of the night for the Tigers. 0 for 5 last night. Let's check out today's John Deere power player. It is Jonathan Scope, who since May 22nd has been on a tear. "12 home runs this season, 9 of them coming in the last calendar month. Now 9 for 24 on this road trip.
Really believe, Alex, last year with the truncated season affected a lot of guys, especially those veteran guys. And going into spring training, it was a little different this year. Maybe a lot of organizations backed off a lot of guys, maybe through some injuries. Jonathan Scope has really righted his early struggles, now settling into that veteran presence in the batter's box.
One and one to Scope as Sandoval works from the stretch. Foul back right side and out of play.
He definitely has that power, and he's a good mistake hitter. If you elevate a pitch, he has the power to go to all fields.
Another batter, which Sandoval's gotten ahead on the count. Ball and 2 strikes. And it's another strikeout for Sandoval. That's 6. Tigers strand a runner at first. It'll be showtime at Angel Stadium when we come back.
Here's a little question for you. Why are there interstate highways in Hawaii?
Yo, I was wondering, why does quicksand work so slowly?
They should call it then slow sand.
Shouldn't the word ambiguous have more than one meaning?
What if we made the first thing you want other drivers to notice unnoticeable until poof, they turn on?
Question everything. We did. It's your journey in the all-new Hyundai Tucson, our best Tucson ever.
John Tyson's motto was, "When better chickens are hatched, we will hatch them." It's why all of the Tyson chicken that bears his name is raised with no antibiotics ever. Every nugget, strip, and drumstick. Keep it real. Keep it Tyson.
I wish I could wake up and say hi to a giraffe. Ride a train in the sky. And visit faraway galaxies.
Stay in the magic at a Disney Resort Hotel. So close to the parks, you can make all your Disney wishes come true. And now, you can save up to 25% on rooms at select Disney Resort hotels. Imagine the magic of staying here.
Excitement is building for the Girl Scout Thin Mints Blizzard exclusively at DQ. It's an iconic combo of pieces of Thin Mints cookies, Cool Mint, and world-famous DQ Vanilla Soft Serve. Every bite is a sweet feat of ingenuity. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Sorry, Ricky!
Nice shot.
There's a lot of talk about getting back to the way things were. But what does that mean? For the folks who run with us, there is no going back because they've never stopped working towards a better tomorrow. Together, we run forward.
9-1-2 for the Angels, bottom half of the third. After taking the lead in the second, David Fletcher did not play yesterday. 1 for 4 on Thursday. He's hit safely in 5 straight. Still, it's Wily Peralta. It's a bullpen day for Detroit.
And that'll be interesting to see how far they go with Peralta. He was built up in AAA. Also an inning and a third in his first appearance. They'd like to get 4 or 5 innings out of him. They have been using the bullpen a lot of late.
This is a bullpen that just has not been able to get outs. Dead last in the American League in bullpen ERA. 3-0 to Fletcher, taking all the way. Peralta appeared out of the pen Tuesday in Kansas City, went an inning and a third. As Fletcher fouls this off. A reminder, you can push your favorite players to the top this summer with 2021 Google MLB All-Star Ballot. You can vote daily at MLB.com/vote and on Google by searching MLB All-Star Vote to send your favorite players to Colorado. Jeremy Reed chatting with Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, a little bit out of view there, but as this ground ball is just underneath the glove of Castro up the middle for a base hit for Fletcher to lead off the third. Want to set up for Justin Upton, who was reached safely in 16 straight for a guy who never batted in the leadoff spot his entire career until this season, but has embraced that role big time.
Yeah, nothing really changes too, Alex. I mean, going in there, this is a guy that's been in the middle of the order for predominantly most of his career. Well, this is what you love to see, and Joe Maddon has to be creative. He did it with Anthony Rizzo in Chicago, and you see the benefits of doing that and really to get them started. Well, Justin Upton has done the same in the Angels uniform, and this is a story about the offense and Justin Upton embracing what Joe Maddon has.
Popped out back of home plates. Rogers has a beat on it. One away.
I think, Alex, you have to be creative, especially when you don't have the middle of the order.
Whoa! Ball gets away into center field. Not sure where Rogers got crossed up, but as a result, David Fletcher is now 90 feet away.
Well, watch David Fletcher. He tags, even with the catcher catching it. And as soon as he puts his head down and flips that ball to the pitcher, he's off and running. Sliding into second base and advancing into third base. Inexperience for the Tigers. And youth definitely had something to do with this play. Fletcher, you see him walking off. As soon as he tosses that to Peralta, he's off and running. That is impressive, and Joe Madden loved to be aggressive on the base pass, and he does it with David Fletcher. It's a baseball play.
Ohtani fouls one into the mitt of Rogers. Well, honestly, you talk to Joe Madden, and I think this is a through line from what you were talking about with philosophy and how to approach leading off a game, but it's every aspect of the game, right? You want to. He is not shy, and we've seen this through the years with Tampa and in Chicago. Just play a complete game. Have fun.
I think Joe Madden has a great blend of having fun, blending the analytics involved, but also having a feel for the game. And he's the ultimate communicator. So to me, he lets people express themselves like a David Fletcher, going out there and performing on the field and always act with aggression. And that resonates throughout the roster.
Ohtani cracks one deep to left, way back there. It is gone. And the show keeps going. Number 22 for Ohtani. It is 3-0 Angels.
What else can you say? It's just so impressive. Last night, a multi-home run game. Just love accessing information on your first at-bat and being able to expose Wily Peralta in his next at-bat. Two-seam fastball and going the other way. Plenty of power the other way. Just flipped it 400 feet. Just poetry, because you can see the rhythm and timing. Gets his foot down early. Just sends it on its way. Must-see TV.
This one hammered to left by Ward. That'll get down for a base hit and clip the top of the wall. Ward into second with a double. And Taylor Ward continues to hammer the baseball. 3 for 4 last night with a pair of doubles. Has another one here in the third.
Yeah, this double had different sound. You remember that breaking ball just sitting on top of it. Peralta's tiring, but you got to really go back to David Fletcher, and the aggression on the base path changed the whole dynamic of this inning. I know a lot of people out there saying, hey, if he stays on first base, Shohei still hits the 2-run homer. But just the aggressiveness and the changing of the game, absolutely love that.
Here's Rendon. This series, the Angels and the top third of their order, they're now 13 for 28 with 13 driven in.
Has a lot to do with that man.
Upton, Ohtani, and Ward.
How many times can we say there's nothing he can't do on the baseball field?
Rendon grounds one to third. Candelario across the diamond for the second out. Shohei gets notice from everybody in baseball. Here's Pedro Martinez. Ohtani's the outstanding athlete you don't see every day. He's the complete package in one player. He can throw 100, hit a ball 400. You can take him to Hollywood and he could become a movie star. Well, luckily for him, he's already there. About 35 miles down the road, at least.
How about that list?
Oh, my goodness.
It's laughable what he's doing, and he's going to be on that main stage in the Summer Classic, and I'd love to see him start that game as well. I don't want to see him start. I want to see him hit first. I want him to put on an absolute show, and I think baseball needs that.
Walsh deep to right, to the track, to the wall, and gone! Jared Walsh adds to the pile-on here in the third. 5-0 in favor of the Halos.
Not too many mistakes by Wily Peralta. See the hanging breaking ball. Jared Walsh taking his 17th home run out of the ballpark. What a sound. And confidence keeps on rising with Jared Walsh.
First pitch swinging for Ward and Walsh. And all of a sudden, it's 4 in the inning and a 5-0 lead. Iglesias 1 for 1. Well, we knew this day was going to be a challenge for A.J. Hinch to navigate with having to go into his bullpen. I'm sure he did not want to do it early, but he may be forced to. No one warming yet for Detroit. They would hope they can get Peralta out of this inning. Two and one. Jose Iglesias. The Angels, who have been so good in this ballpark. It's now in total 29 home runs the last 15 games.
You know what, Alex? It coincides with 100% capacity in California. Now they get a first-hand look at Shohei Ohtani.
There were 30,000 plus here on Thursday night. Grounded hard to third. Candelaria's been busy. But it's 4 in the third. Ohtani and Walsh, a couple of 2-run shots to make it 5-0 Angels.
Before, we'd always be late and on empty. Now we're just late. Kids?
Before, no one used to listen to me. Hello, ID? I'm cold.
Before, we couldn't take in the sweet sounds of nature.
Seriously.
Before it can change the world, it has to change yours. The all-new, all-electric Volkswagen ID4.
Push your favorite players to the top in the Midsummer Classic in Colorado with the Google MLB All-Star Ballot. Something to cheer about? Go to MLB.com/vote or search for your favorite players on Google. Vote daily to turn these major stars into all-stars.
What can't he do?
The top 3 of each position will advance. Then it's time to get them to the peak by voting for the All-Star starters. The Google MLB All-Star Ballot. Help put your team on top.
What a game!
Discover delicious produce, health and beauty products, organic meats and sustainably sourced seafood, fresh baked goods, and our flower shop. Find everything you love about a farmer's market right here at Sprouts.
Sprouts, where goodness grows.
Hey, Florida! Cons Home Plus is finally here. For more than 130 years, we've been helping people make home feel like home. And we've got all the top brands to furnish every room. Quality furniture, state-of-the-art appliances, the latest electronics, and much more. Plus, with our personalized approach to financing, you can get low payments over time, good credit, or building it. Come and see what we really mean when we say, make it happen. Now open in Orlando and Ocala.
Sprouts is committed to working with trusted family ranchers raising grass-fed Angus cattle. Pasture-raised in the U.S., delicious 100% grass-fed Angus steaks. Visit your neighborhood butcher today. Sprouts, where goodness grows.
That's a lonely feeling. 5 runs on 6 hits for the Angels. And Wily Peralta can only hope that his team can pick him up after Jared Walsh capped off a 4-run third. Three, 4, and 5 for the Tigers. Patrick Sandoval back to work after striking out the side in the third. 6 Ks already for Sandoval. And only 2 base runners. Just outside, 2-0. Candelario, who's probably been the busiest man in the field for Detroit. One of those strikeout victims back in the first.
Well, because of that 2-0, you see the passive approach by Candelario. And why? Because of that changeup. Just being able to land a 2-0 fastball down the middle. See if he backs it up with that changeup.
On the ground is short. Iglesias to his left. 1 away. I'll bring up Cabrera. Just 92 hits shy of 3,000, and among active players, you will find few better than Cabrera.
Yeah, 19 years, Alex, and you understand why you see second on all of those. Well, underneath there's an Albert Pujols still playing in a Dodger uniform. 2 of the best right-handed hitters I've ever seen. And career numbers. Absolutely a blast to watch those guys go to work.
Sitting on 492 career home runs entering today. 2-time AL MVP. And since 1969 among righties. Easily first ballot Hall of Famer.
I think, Alex, when you watch Albert Pujols and Miguel Cabrera, it almost looked like they were taking batting practice during the game. And I thought the biggest moments was the easiest moments for them at their career peak. I think everyone understands when you play 19 years, you're not going to sustain that throughout your whole career. But these guys can construct an at bat. And now it really becomes knowledge over the ability that he had when he was younger. I just love the way he handles the game. He loves playing, but he loves the atmosphere and also likes to have fun along with competing.
Swings and misses over top of another changeup. Second strikeout for Cabrera. Shohei Ohtani got the start on Thursday. Whoa, look out.
Well, that was a split finger.
Yeah.
See Shohei with the action. He ends up walking in that same game. He gets the first. Having fun. That's the give back. Love that.
38 years of age. Cabrera, 19th major league season. He's signed for another 2 years after this, but you know, I'm beginning to, especially with the stage that Detroit is in and their rebuild. You know, you wonder how many more miles Cabrera wants on the odometer. I mean, you know, he's a lifer in this sport. He loves to play, loves to be out there every single day. But you know, those questions start to enter the discourse a bit.
Yeah, well, with the big contract, it really parallels with what Albert Pujols happened with the Angels. And there's going to be an interesting aspect to how the Detroit Tigers handling it moving forward. But those are tough decisions. And I think they're almost assumed when you have that long-term deal that those last few years, Alex, aren't going to be that productive one. You're hoping for him to be able to sustain his effort, but really it's the resume that resonates throughout baseball.
42 hits in 51 games, and again, 92 away from 3,000. Wonder if that would be reachable this year. Struggled big time the first 2 months of the season. Here's Eric Haas. 2-2 the count to the Tigers left fielder. Was looking for his first hit of this series. Flew out to right his first time. $5-0 Angels in the fourth after a 4-run bottom half of the third. Haas down swinging. 8 strikeouts for Patrick Sandoval.
We'd like to dedicate the next 5 seconds to fresh portobellos. And all the other seconds to peppers, onions, and Swiss. Because fresh ingredients make a sub above.
Comfort in the extreme. The Lincoln family of luxury SUVs.
Nobody builds 5G like Verizon builds 5G. Because we're the engineers who built the most reliable network in America. Thousands of smarter towers with the 5G coverage you need. Broader spectrum for faster 5G speeds. Next generation servers with superior network reliability. Because the more you do with 5G, the more your network matters. It's us pushing us. It's Verizon versus Verizon. And who wins? You.
Just know it always starts with a spark, a light in the dark, a beat in your heart, unbreakable.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Diving stop, Tatis! That one's going to be replayed hundreds of times. Big fly, Ohtani-san!
What a play in left gives them what they came to see.
Wily Peralta remains in the game for the Tigers. Now remember, they had to gut it out the last couple of games. Angels have taken the first 2 of this series. Used 4 relievers last night. As this ball is fouled off, 1-1. Luis Rengifo, Kurt Suzuki, David Fletcher, 7, 8, and 9 for the Angels. A 1-1. Grounded up the first baseline. Handled by Scope for out number 1. Monday on FS1, Copa America continues. Jam-packed doubleheader. Uruguay takes on Arturo Vidal in Chile at 4:30 Eastern. And then Lionel Messi leads Argentina against Paraguay at 8. It's all on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. There's Suzuki. 0 for 1 tonight. First pitch low and away. The Angels looking to get back above 500 for the first time since May 1st. They got back to 500 earlier in the week. Had won 6 straight before getting swept in a 3-game set in Oakland. But for this team to dig out of that hole, I mean, it's got to be It was already a huge confidence boost to get back to 500, but to break through that, well, still 8 games back in the division, but at least you're thinking about it.
Yeah, and you know what? You have talent ahead of you. Obviously, the Houston Astros and the Oakland A's. That's going to be a tough task to compete against those two teams because they're playing inspired baseball. But the talent level and being able to add a Mike Trout, and you wonder what this team might do at the trading deadline. We're going to start talking about that in the next few weeks. Be interesting what the Angels do and what their path is.
May 22nd, this team was 8 games under 500. They had just lost Trout. Now they have won 13 of 19 and 16 of 24. Count runs full on Suzuki.
Yeah,
and those standings again. You're not thinking about it. You're not talking about it right now, but that 500 mark is a magical thing for any team.
It sure is. And you know what? A lot of people talk about run differential. It's about competing. And I think Joe Maddon makes it very simple to his roster. Go out there and see what happens. And why I say that, he has an old school approach, a different mindset. Mike Gallego is bench coach to his left.
Oh, we got the new GM. Perry Manassian. The story, his rise has been in the managerial ranks in baseball, front office at least. And we know that Arte Moreno is not afraid to spend.
Right. Aggressive nature, and you'll see the results of what Joe Maddon and his staff have done to keep them in the race.
Payoff pitch to Suzuki, 8th of the at-bat, and he draws a walk. There is the owner of the Angels, Arte Moreno. There have been so many years where the Angels have gone after a high-prized player, and it doesn't work out. And this year you have Rendon added to the mix. Already have 3-time MVP with Trout. You already have the one-man show, pardon the pun, with Ohtani. Maybe a pitcher next?
Well, I would say that because coming into the season, your starting rotation was the reason for tempering that expectation. Obviously, they have some problems to solve in the bullpen as well. But the talent is there. You're starting to see the fight.
To the right side for a base hit. And it's bobbled by Grossman, but Suzuki not going anywhere at second. So a one-out single for David Fletcher, and I'll turn the lineup over to Justin Upton.
How about using that top hand on this pitch? How high this is. Just getting on top of that pitch. So many times we talk about launch angle. Well, you can throw that out the window. David Fletcher has produced 2 hits on the night. Also, the base running changed that aspect in the third.
Well, tomahawk. Here's Upton, 0 for 2. Played in his 1800th career game last night. And what a night it was, going 3 for 4. Scoring 3 times, driving in a run. Strike 1. Comebacker to Peralta to begin the game. Sharply hit ball. And an opportunity to do more damage. With Suzuki at second, Fletcher at first, the Angels with 4 in the third. As Upton with a high fly ball, shallow center. Cameron comes in to make the catch, 2 down.
Well, this is interesting because you go back ahead of Ohtani's last at bat, and Mike Trout just showcasing that 2-seamer Also, Jeremy Reed, the hitting coach, right next to him. What does he do? Goes out there and sees that two-seamer and takes it over to left. Mike Trout's like, Jeremy, you need help? You need an assistant hitting coach? What do you need here? Ohtani's making everyone look good. That's outstanding theater right there.
I didn't know bench coach was part of his contract.
Bring out the lineup card tomorrow,
exactly.
Right?
Well, that's Sandoval's job. Remember the win streak they had recently. He was the one bringing it out, so you can't give that job to Trout. As Peralta catches the outside corner for strike one.
See Shohei just processing information and being able to slow the game down now. And obviously, when you're hitting the ball out of the ballpark, you're locked in, especially the opposite way.
Thinking right field fence there. 0-2. And for Peralta and the Tigers, they just hope they can grind out an out here and hold the deficit to 5. 0-2 to Ohtani. Ball one. That homer in the third, now 5 in his last 4 games. The 1-2 upstairs. We already know he's going to be the first Angel since Pujols to be in the home run derby. He's getting a head start this month. Hard ground ball to first. Scope to the bag. And that retires the side. Angels strand 2. They lead 5-0.
Take it wherever. With whomever. This is the no-holds-barred multi-purpose vehicle with the capacity to take life on. And the audacity to say, what else you got? Introducing the all-new Kia Carnival MPV.
When searching for your dream home, do it with a streamlined pre-approval on Credible.com. Visit Credible.com to check rates or get your pre-approval today.
Hey, hon.
Hey, what are you doing?
Switch us to Spectrum Mobile.
Oh, how come?
Well, better service. Also because Spectrum Mobile costs what they say it costs. No added taxes, no hidden fees, no contracts.
Probably good for us.
Yep, especially because we don't exactly have the best history when it comes to details.
No, we do not. How'd we miss that?
Blinded by these hardwood floors, I guess.
Sure got me.
With Spectrum Mobile, there are no surprises, no added taxes, no hidden fees, and no contracts. It's a better way to mobile. Spectrum Mobile.
It's time for Sleep Number's lowest prices of the season on the Sleep Number 360 smart bed. It's the most comfortable, body sensing, automatically responding, energy building, dually adjustable, dad powering, wellness boosting, foot warming, temperature balancing, recovery assisting, effortlessly life-changing, proven quality night's sleep we've ever made. And now the new Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 smart bed is only $8.99, only for a limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
And it falls in. It's gone.
Which team's detective skills will send them to the quarterfinals?
So we're covering the ugly.
Good Lord, what have we here?
Crime Scene Kitchen, all new Wednesday on Fox.
Play Ball is baseball's initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play the game for all. Find a league near you, baseball or softball. Go to playball.org. Follow @playball on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So great to see these great crowds back at ballparks across the country. 30,000 on Thursday, 22 plus last night. Another good crowd tonight. Fan interaction along the foul lines. It's just what was missed. The soul of the game was missing last year, as much as for continuity, right? We had to have a season, but it's just so good to see ballparks buzzing yet again. Sandoval back to work. He's retired his last 6, 5 by way of strikeout. Faces Daz Cameron here, 6, 7, and 8 for Detroit.
Well, if it's not broke, don't fix it. He has landed that curveball for strike one a lot against these Tigers.
1-1.
You can almost see that Alex, he's in rhythm now. He has a calmness about him that at the beginning of the game you almost seemed like he was just so amped. Settling in, being able to land those curveballs really has been the key for him tonight.
Cameron in the air. Deep center field and gone. Daz Cameron with a blast to right center. And the Tigers are on the board. Second career home run for Daz Cameron, who was impressing in AAA Toledo and drills one out to right center here.
Yeah, this is shades of his dad, Mike Cameron, and you could hear the sound off the bat. See that fastball away, elevated just enough, and Daz Cameron hammers this to right center. Impressive power by the rookie.
That's the second hit for the Tigers. That's one way to kick things off in the 5th. Willie Castro swings through the first pitch.
Well, Alex, we talked about landing that curveball. 9 curveballs he has thrown the first pitch. 8 of them he's landed for strikes. Just putting these hitters on defense.
Ground ball, the third, Rendon. One away.
Oh, there's Mike Cameron. Former teammate of mine with the Cincinnati Reds. Did a lot of his damage in Seattle with the Mariners. Probably pretty happy that his son Daz just took the ball out 415 feet.
Still classified as a rookie. Alternate site player for Detroit last year, most of the season. On the ground and through the left side for a base hit. Jake Rogers reaches for the second time tonight.
Well, talking to manager A.J. Hinch of the Tigers, he said, you know what I love about my team is they don't give up. They don't give in. And that's a good trait when you're trying to teach this young talent. Even when they were behind 2 nights ago against the Angels, they fought back, made it very interesting. Sometimes those are wins for a developing team.
There's Harold Castro with 1 on and 1 out. And you know, you hear it from coaches in any professional sport that, you know, you break the season up into segments, right? And the Tigers would love to forget the first segment of this year. They had a stretch where they lost.
This is a severe thunderstorm warning. The National Weather Service in Jacksonville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Alachua County, northwestern Marion County, until 11:15 a.m. At 10:36 a.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Archer, or 12 miles northeast of Dawson, moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. In Jacksonville at 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Alachua source radar indicating county. Impact. Expect damage to roof, University of Florida, Rochelle, Crawford, Orange Heights, Sandoval Airport, and News Lake. Intense thunderstorm lines can produce brief tornadoes and widespread significant damage. Although a tornado is not immediately likely, it is best to move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building in Florida. This storm may cause serious injury and significant property damage. Moves like damaging winds and continuous clouds ground lightning is occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. Although lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, on the way to your thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm and may lead to flash flooding. Ground will not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. Worth repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 11:15 a.m. for the following counties in Florida: Peralta and Marion. Lightning. Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm and may lead to flash flooding. Ground, you are listening to your weather radio, the voice of the National Weather Service, at station WXC 60 in Gainesville, Florida, serving the North Florida Peninsula 24 hours a day on a frequency of 162.475 megahertz. Broadcasts originate from the National Weather Service office in Jacksonville. Weather radio. The voice of the current time is 10:38 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Florida.
Makes us. Discover a citrus splash of authentic limonada perfection. Introducing a hard seltzer inspired by traditional Mexican recipes. Corona Hard Seltzer Limonada.
If you want to be a winner, then get a turkey footlong from Subway. That's oven-roasted turkey, piled high with crisp veggies on freshly baked bread. So let's get out there and get those footlongs.
Now at Subway, buy one footlong in the app and get 150% off. Subway, eat fresh.
Wily Peralta still on the bump for Detroit. First pitch low and away to Taylor Ward. And what is now a 5-1 game. Thanks to the solo home run from Daz Cameron. There's a strike on the outside corner to Ward, who was 1 for 2 with a double. Tyler Alexander warming for the Tigers.
Yes, he did.
Strike 2. Ward now 5 for 9 this series. 3 doubles, a home run.
Tell you what, Alex, I think if Wily Peralta keeps the score as is, I think A.J. Hinch would appreciate his effort, especially after that 4-run third. Just trying to be aggressive here. Here's A.J. understanding he's going to have to navigate the rest of the game and get some pitching efforts and hope for this young offense to battle back.
Count runs full on Ward. A lot of what Detroit is trying to accomplish here is creating that standard, right? Been a scrappy team. They were down 7-1 on Thursday, came back to make it a game late. In the air to center, and Cameron has it for the first out of the inning. MLB and all 30 clubs this year are doing their part for public health through MLB Vaccinate at the Plate. It's a free ticket incentive program for receiving COVID-19 vaccinations. For more info, visit MLB.com/vaccine. Angels had theirs last week. Pretty good crowd. Angel Stadium doing its part. Dodger Stadium was a big site for a long while during the winter for testing and vaccinations. These big venues have really stepped up across the sporting landscape. Rendon 0 for 2 tonight. And he's crossed up an off-speed pitch. 0-2. .241 for Rendon, and again hasn't been healthy the whole year. 9 doubles, 4 home runs. The 0-2. Fouled off. Second season with the Angels. 7-year, $245 million contract prior to last season. And he takes strike 3.
Well, Anthony Rendon didn't like that pitch, but I thought it was a perfect located changeup. See the split-fingered changeup right on the edge of the plate. And presented well by Jake Rogers.
Second strikeout for Peralta. So here's Jared Walsh, who was scored to and driven into. 2-run shot in the third. That made it 5-0 at the time. His 49th and 50th runs batted in this season. Father's Day, of course, tomorrow. Jared and his dad, Harry, passed away a couple years ago. And for so many of these guys, and Jared's talked about the influence that his dad had in his career. 4 seasons steadily climbing the ladder. As he leans out of the way.
I think any of us that have performed at this level understand it takes a lot to get there. And the mentorship and being able to have a father behind you teaching you the certain aspects on and off the field. So happy Father's Day early to all the fathers out there. I think if you look at Jared's night tonight, as we take a look at Mike Cameron, he's still talking about that home run. He won't stop all night long.
Oh, I bet. Wouldn't you?
Scott Boras, he's having that conversation, and being around Mike, he will not stop talking. And he just puts a smile on your face, and he'll tell you where it was, what he was supposed to hit. He'll take you back to his performances. There's Daz making his dad proud. That's a Father's Day gift.
Here's the payoff to Walsh, and he lost him. So Walsh with a 2-out walk. So I'll bring up Iglesias. Peralta up to 83 pitches. And again, you know, score notwithstanding, right? Detroit would have loved something a little bit closer. As Iglesias bounces the first pitch foul. You can get 85 plus pitches out of Wily Peralta, who again, you know, former starting pitcher in the major leagues. He's a 17 game winner with Milwaukee back in 2014, but his stuff fell off just a bit and got converted into a bullpen guy, but he can go deep into games. This is the most pitches he's had in a game since that year.
Yeah, I think if you go back to that third inning, it just snowballed on him, and it happened quickly. And if he can maintain this, especially with that pitch total, I think it would be a win for A.J. Hinch navigating the rest of the game.
Well, especially if they can get to Sandoval at all, knowing how this Angels bullpen has struggled this season. 1-2 to Iglesias. Sandoval had a couple of long innings to think about it. pacing in the dugout. Iglesias to second. And the short flip to end the inning. 5-1 Angels.
If you enjoy wasting time, is it really wasted?
If there's an exception to every rule, is there an exception to that rule?
Why is it called a pineapple when it's not pine or apple?
I just work at a fruit stand.
What if we made the first thing you want other drivers to notice unnoticeable until poof, they turn on?
Question everything. We did. It's your journey in the all-new Hyundai Tucson. Our best Tucson ever.
These aren't your normal nachos. Nuh-uh. With double the seasoned beef and a large drink for just $5, it deserves a name with some oomph. Something grand. Or grande. It's the $5 grande nachos, only at Taco Bell.
After being locked in that vault for years, we've finally done it. Dr. Pepper, 0 sugar. Ralph?
So is this why you never texted back?
Yes, that's why.
I would have understood. Oh, it's perfect.
I know. I made it.
We made it.
We made it.
She made it. Group project. She made it. Is this the guy?
The zero you deserve is finally here.
There's a lot of talk about getting back to the way things were. But what does that mean? For the folks who run with us, there is no going back because they've never stopped working towards a better tomorrow. Together, we run forward.
John Tyson's motto was, "When better chickens are hatched, we will hatch them." It's why all of the Tyson chicken that bears his name is raised with no antibiotics ever. Every nugget, strip, and drumstick. Keep it real. Keep it Tyson.
Cheese crackers, Sargento. New, perfectly sized. Cheese and Ritz, cheese and Triscuit, cheese and wheat thins. Cheese, real natural cheese. Now with your favorite crackers.
Sargento.
We're real cheese people.
Oh, just another perfect night in paradise.
Right.
Sun setting in Orange County. 5-1 to the home side as Patrick Sandoval gets ready to start the 6th. Top of the order for the Tigers, Grossman, Scope, Candelario. A couple of lengthy half innings for Sandoval. Leadoff home run from Daz Cameron in the 5th. Pretty much the only blemish. Strike one to Grossman in the 6th. Or the 5th, rather, was the only inning so far for Sandoval without a strikeout recorded.
I remember the last at bat against Grossman, he pitched him backwards, finished him off with that fastball. I hope he goes with that changeup here.
High chop. Back of the bag is Fletcher. One down.
Well, speaking of the changeup, it led me to think about the good ones after we see Patrick Sandoval finish with that changeup. Outstanding plus changeup. Well, let's go back. The Hall of Famer in San Diego, Trevor Hoffman, one of the nastiest closers in the game. Johan Santana reminds me of Patrick Sandoval just a little bit with that. And the best in the game, in my opinion, right now is Steven Strasburg. He's got that changeup to go along with mid-90s to upper 90s fastball.
The thing about Sandoval, though, is, you know, when you're looking at some of those other pitchers, is you don't consider Sandoval to have the other weapons that those guys do, and that's what makes tonight's performance all the more impressive. 8 Ks.
Well, I think, Alex, when you see that changeup and you have the ability to tunnel that pitch, which means throw that fastball on the same trajectory as the changeup, you maintain that arm speed, but all three of those guys throw that changeup off the same release point. For a hitter, when you're stepping in the batter's box, that poses a lot of problems. Just trying to pick up that release point and also the grip.
High fly ball to left. Drifting back, Upton in front of the wall. He leaps, and it's gone. Solo home run for Jonathan Schoop. Both runs for the Tigers have come by way of solo shots, and it's 5-2.
Well, these Tigers are hanging around, and they're always going to fight. It's that high breaking ball. He's landed so many. And Jonathan Schoop, the veteran right-hander, just gets it over the left field wall. Nice effort by Justin Upton. Just eluding that glove. These Tigers are in a fight. You see the swing. Watch when he gets that foot down. He recognizes the breaking ball. You could see just lofting that one, wondering if it was going to be too far or too long. And the reactions of Patrick Sandoval.
Jonathan Schoop with his 8th home run this month. Jose Altuve and Salvador Perez pacing the majors in the month of June, but Schoop with 8 now. And his 20th multi-hit game of the year. 1-2 to Candelario. Altuve still leading the pack. Veteran guy like Schoop, 2nd season with the Tigers. Most of his career with the Orioles.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting because we already touched on what the Angels would like to do possibly at the trading deadline. What will the Detroit Tigers do? Maybe acquiring young talent. Jonathan Schoop might come up, especially with that home run production. It really tells the story. The first 207 at bats, just not getting a feel for it. Now he's on that hot stretch. That's what hitters do. The veteran guys that have been around so long can maintain that, sustain it.
And he's still tremendous in the field. Last year led the American League in fielding percentage among second basemen. Steve Cishek warming for the Angels. Submariner. Full count to Candelario with Cabrera on deck. And a 3-run game. Top of the 6th at Angels Stadium. And it's the 9th strikeout of the night for Patrick Sandoval. 2 gone in the 6th.
Well, he went back to the old reliable. Really doesn't have to spot that. That's located right down the middle of the plate. And Candelario with this awkward swing.
Here's Cabrera. 0-for-2, pair of strikeouts. And Suzuki's going to have a chat with Sandoval, who's lost the feel on a couple of pitches way out of the zone.
You know what, Alex? I've been watching him, and he's taking his time. He's in between pitches, stretching a little bit. You're wondering how he feels right now. Getting up to that 80 pitch mark. Pitching coach Matt Wise along with Joe Madden discussing what they see.
I mentioned there were a couple of extended half innings that Sandoval had to wait through in the Angels dugout. And I wonder if perhaps got him out of rhythm a little bit. It's back-to-back innings where he's conceded a home run. 1-0 to Cabrera. 2-0.
Now, the thing you got to be careful with Cabrera is he sits on pitches. That's because of that lengthy resume we've already alluded to. I think he might be sitting on that changeup the whole at bat. Been easy takes up to the 2-0 count.
Give him the green light.
Yeah, why not? Just some guys really don't like swinging 3-0. Seeing more and more in the game. Just picking their spots.
.3-0. And Cabrera taking all the way. Cabrera has swung 3-0 just 3 times this season. So
well, only 5 home runs on the year. See Haas waiting on deck.
Sandoval's 3-1 missed low and away. It's a 2-out walk for Cabrera. And Joe Madden will go to his bullpen. He's been trying to get his starters deeper into games. But Patrick Sandoval, a solid 6 innings, will leave.
I'm so glad you're okay, Sergeant Houston. This is Sam with USAA. Do you see the tow truck?
Yes, thank you. That was fast.
Sergeant Houston never expected this to happen. Or that her grandpa's dog tags would be left behind. But that one call got her a tow and rental, paid her claim, and we even pulled a few strings, making it easy to make things right. That's what we're made for. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. Get a quote today.
When we heard there was money in our home, we did what anyone would do. We went looking for it.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Then we heard about Rocket Mortgage, and with just a few taps, you can turn your home's equity into cash. Consolidate your debt, pay off student loans.
Renovate your home.
Fix your home.
Fix your home.
When you need cash out of your home and a simple way to get it, Rocket can.
Great job, honey.
Rocket. So worth it.
So ashamed I overpaid for this used car, I've decided to go undercover.
Remember, if you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again. Shop millions of great deals at the all-new Carfax.com.
At Panera, we take care of dinner time. We use fresh, clean ingredients to make mouth-watering masterpieces. Order our new flatbread pizzas for dinner tonight with delivery or pickup. Only at Panera.
Saturday is baseball night in America on Fox, with the game's most iconic teams and historic rivals taking center stage.
Here we go.
Aaron Judge powers the pinstripes.
Let's go!
As they look to fight their way up the AL East ranks against Xander Bogaerts and the Red Sox. Or 2 of the NL's best collide as Chris Bryant leads the Cubs against Mookie and the Dodgers. It's baseball night in America, next Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Patrick Sandoval goes 5 2/3, 9 strikeouts, and the changeup was a large part of that story.
Yeah, and if you look at it, he was just setting that up, and especially early in the game, maintaining that arm speed, being able to locate it right down the middle of the plate, having that arm side fade at times. These Detroit Tigers were just questioning themselves as they were going back to the dugout. 9 strikeouts, and again, another good effort by Patrick Sandoval.
So here's Cishek, who celebrated his 35th birthday yesterday, 12th season in the big leagues, 33rd appearance for the veteran righty. Eric Haas digs in and takes strike 1. Well, this is exactly what Detroit wanted. Hang around, get to this bullpen, and see what you can do with it. Two and one.
Well, for Cishek, it's been inconsistency with that breaking ball. You can see the ranks for the Angels bullpen. I would say that it's safe to say that the game is in balance, especially with these 2 bullpens. Patrick Sandoval, nice effort tonight.
3-1. Last night for Alex Cobb was only the 8th time the Angels got 100 pitches out of their starter this year. 3-1 to Haas. Inside ball 4. And the tying run will come to the plate in the form of Daz Cameron, who homered his last time. So despite the outstanding work from Patrick Sandoval, who was one shy of a career high in strikeouts, he had 9. Picked up 10 Ks against Seattle earlier in the month, but all that might go down the drain here. 2 on, 2 out. Ball 1 to Cameron. Take you back to the top half of the 5th.
Oh, what a sound. Right center, just maintaining it, staying on it, and his proud dad, Mike Cameron, absolutely loving that swing. Big situation here for the youngster.
1-1. Cabrera at second. Haas at first. Both walked. Cameron takes low and away. 2-1.
Yeah, you can see Cishak is definitely battling his mechanics. The slider's not located. The fastball's been all over the place. To me, if you're the hitter in Daz Cameron, you're looking center of the plate. Anything else, you're taking it.
2-1. And Cameron takes a high strike. Count evens at 2-2.
Still want to maintain that aggressiveness, but you don't want to go on take mode. I think he goes back to the slider here.
Big moment of the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, and 2 aboard. Cameron, right side, base hit. Cabrera will round third. He will come home. It's an RBI single for Daz Cameron, and it's 5-3. And Sandoval can only watch and see his lead dwindle.
Well, this is just as impressive as the home run, and why I say that. 2-strike hitting and just fighting off a fastball. Almost sitting for that breaking ball. It's in the back of your mind. What's Mike think of it? You gotta love that. What's Patrick think of it? He's not liking it. Oh, nice work, Daz.
There's Willie Castro, 0 for 2 tonight. Hasn't been able to get one out of the infield. Groundouts to second and third. Angels lead 5-3. Tigers have won 3 of 5 on this road trip as Cishek checks on Cameron and nearly threw it away. Walsh having to come off the bag.
Now, Daz Cameron has that electric speed. Just changes so many scenarios here. A.J. Hinch has afforded a lot of green lights to a lot of these young players.
Swing and a miss for Castro on a fastball elevated. Cameron has 1 stolen base on the year. $113 of them in 6 minor league seasons. So the rookie at first represents the tying run. Ground ball to second. Scooped up and put away by Fletcher. But Scope with a solo shot, and Cameron with an RBI single. And the lead is down to 5-3.
Each of us has a different story, but this family isn't about where you come from. It's about where you're going. We might not recognize each other walking down the street, but driving down it. We don't look alike, but deep down, we all share the same spirit of adventure. There's only one family and one community, quite like ours. Jeep, there's only one.
Now get 3 years, no-cost maintenance with the Jeep Wave program, included with all 2021 Jeep brand vehicles.
Finding the perfect grill like the Big Green Egg is easy with help from your local Ace. So stop by, choose your next grill, and we'll assemble and deliver it for free. Get a premium grill and premium help only at your neighborhood Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
This is so crispy, juicy, and tender, you might even call it deluxe. Okay, now you can definitely call it deluxe. Introducing McDonald's new Deluxe Crispy Chicken Sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Well, folks, it's only 8 a.m. and it's going to be another hot one. Today's high is 85 degrees.
Babe, it's 8 a.m.
Coming up at 8:30.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
The magic is calling you to the Walt Disney World 50th Anniversary Celebration, beginning October 1st.
The Edge from Pizza Hut. It comes loaded with toppings all the way to the edge. For the crust, let's keep it real, thin, and crispy. Every bite is a masterpiece.
I really gotta get going, man.
The Edge is back. Get it before it's gone. No one outbeats the Hut.
Ready for baseball to come alive on your phone like never before? Well, the Fox Sports app is here. Watch live games, get scores and highlights, and follow your favorite teams and players. Download the Fox Sports app, the go-to app for baseball fans all season long. 5-3 Angels. New pitcher for Detroit, Brian Garcia. In his third season. Now the University of Miami. 26th appearance of the year for Garcia, and the righty will go to work against the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Angels. Rengifo, Suzuki, and Fletcher. What was a 5-0 lead for the Angels. And the first pitch swinging for Rengifo, deep to right and off the top of the wall. Rengifo rounding first. He's in at second with a stand-up double. And another hard hit ball for Rengifo, who picked up his first home run of the season last night. He's on base for the second time this evening.
Well, aggressive with that first pitch changeup. Elevated changeup flattens out, and Rengifo rips this off the wall. Easily getting into second base. Nice leadoff double for this Angel offense, trying to respond to that Tigers top of the inning.
5th extra base hit for the Angels tonight. And they're in business to start the bottom half of the 6th. There's Suzuki. One of the great things about StatCast is that we can model and project out so many different things. 22 out of 30 major league ballparks, that would have been a home run. But it is although a short wall, it's deep in right field.
I think, Alex, if you look at my career, I think I played the wrong ballpark a lot.
Suzuki flies one to right. And it's out number 1. Tagging is Rengifo. And he'll get to third. Smart base running from Rengifo. And the Angels have a man 90 feet away.
Now this is good baseball. You see Robbie Grossman working his way behind that ball. Not really having that arm strength to throw out Rengifo. Sliding into third base. Set up perfectly for the Angels to respond.
When we talked to Joe Madden prior to the game, he was wearing a T-shirt. I was wondering what was on that. It says "Play like it's 1985."
Oh yeah,
and that means aggression and action. Here's Fletcher. He fouls the first pitch back.
It's all right to be an old school guy. Talk about an old school guy. David Fletcher is what really resonates with me. Contact percentage, gets him to throw strikes. Also the last at bat, taking the ball out of the strike zone and ripping it to right. He's a ball player.
Oh, if there ever was one. 0-1. Squares around, bunts it up the first base side. That'll get the run home, and Fletcher is safe at first. Little safety squeeze. And he drives in Rengifo to make it 6-3.
Well, you're probably saying everyone's a ball player. They're in a uniform. Well, it's just different with David Fletcher. So many different things you can do with him. The second leadoff man batting ninth tonight. And I thought it was interesting. Scope didn't try to just tag him.
Going to challenge whether he was indeed safe at first here.
Yeah, just extend out and tag him going down the line. You wonder if Fletcher tagged the bag. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. I don't think he touches the bag. Jonathan Scope, you see that left foot applied.
Yeah. Call on the field was safe. This is a pretty quick review in New York, and they're going to overturn it. But he gets the run across, and that's item number one.
Well, just that left foot applied before Fletcher even touches it. He doesn't even touch it with his left foot. But successful safety squeeze. It's for this Angel offense to answer back. Very important.
So what amounts to a sacrifice bunt, a very eventful one. That is now 6 sacrifice bunts this year for David Fletcher, who has now gone 30 plate appearances without a swing and miss, which is just incredible to think about.
Yeah, and I think that's what's going to change in the game as we start moving forward. A lot of swing and miss in the game, a lot of strikeouts. I think there's going to be more emphasis on trying to balance out the lineups, and David Fletcher is probably one of those guys that you're going to earmark and say that's the guy that we need.
2-0 to Justin Upton, and he drills one up the middle, and it'll get down for a base hit off the glove of Cameron. It bounces in front of him. Upton into second. That is an all or nothing play from Daz Cameron. He at the very least was able to knock that ball down. Otherwise, you're talking potential inside the Parker.
Well, first off, Justin Upton absolutely tags this line drive. Probably knuckling when it gets to Daz Cameron. As you mentioned, Alex, did a good job just putting a glove on it, and no one home at second base. Probably an easy double, but watch the glove work of Cameron. The concentration, realizing he's not going to catch it, just gets enough to keep it in front. Justin Upton is on fire from the leadoff position.
They're not going to deal with Ohtani. Just the third time Ohtani's been intentionally walked this year.
Another extra base hit for the Angels.
Yeah. Fourth double, 6th extra base hit for the Halos tonight. Now 6-3 as Ward steps in. He's 1 for 3 with a double tonight. 2-0.
Dangerous count. Got to look for specific things. You're probably sitting on that fastball. Maybe middle away.
To Ward. Here it comes. And Ward with a chopper up the third baseline. That'll do it. Candelario gets the force. But the Angels respond. They tack on one to make it 6-3.
Nobody builds 5G like Verizon builds 5G. Thousands of engineers taking peak performance to a new level. That's why in parts of many major cities where people can use massive capacity, we added Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It isn't just a step forward, it's a leap forward. Because the more you do with 5G, the more your network matters. It's us pushing us. It's Verizon versus Verizon. And who wins? You.
Pardon the interruption to your scheduled content. I've been asked to apologize for changing the game. Apparently, I've been breaking the unwritten rules of baseball. I'm sorry if things got too exciting, and this isn't the game that you remember. But here's the thing. We're never going back.
Rated E for everyone.
Empowering people out of poverty, helping kids to shine. There's nothing quite like it. At World Vision, we want every kid everywhere to grow into who God created them to be. And we know that you do too. Learn more at worldvision.org.
It's 3 a.m. I need a taquito. What do you want? If you want it, we can get it from the 7-Eleven. It's a big old dryer sheets, pickles, tall boys, doggy treats. We don't need it, but let's get it from the 7-Eleven. Slurpee, light bulbs, antifreeze. Here's your order, nacho cheese. If you want it, we can get it from the 7-Eleven. I'll meet you in heaven. Tip you, driver.
Empowering people out of poverty, helping kids to shine. There's nothing quite like it. At World Vision, we want every kid everywhere to grow into who God created them to be. And we know that you do too. Learn more at worldvision.org.
6-3 Angels. Top half of the 7th. Alex Faust, Mark Sweeney here with you. Game 3 of a 4-game set at Angels Stadium. One more tomorrow, and then both teams have off Monday. The Angels back at 500. They have not been above 500 since May 1st. And there's a strike to Jake Rogers. Steve Cishek remains in the game for the Halos. Juan Lagares is now in the game at center. Taylor Ward moves over to right. Popped up. Fletcher drifting to the outfield grass, has it for out number 1. Talk about the hot shot double from Luis Rengifo. This game were to be played in Detroit. Well, that's one of those parks where it would have been a home run.
Yeah, you see at the big A, it jets out in right field. That goes a long way.
So Cishek departs. Pitching change for the Angels when we come back.
Incomparable design makes it beautiful. State-of-the-art technology makes it brilliant. The visionary Lexus NX.
Lease the 2021 NX 300 for $359 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Attention runners, report to the starting line. Runners, report to the starter.
You don't become a runner who breaks 8 world records after age 65 without a serious support system. Kathy Martin has one. In Medicare from Blue Cross Blue Shield. She won't go a day without the right card because she can't go a day without running. The Medicare coverage trusted by more doctors. This is the benefit of Blue. Learn more at benefitofblue.com.
If you want to be a winner, then get a turkey footlong from Subway. That's oven-roasted turkey, piled high with crisp veggies on freshly baked bread. So let's get out there and get those footlongs.
Now at Subway, buy 1 footlong in the app and get 150% off. Subway, eat fresh.
Retirement income is complicated. As your broker, I've solved it.
That's great, Carl. But we need something better that's easily adjustable.
Has no penalties or advisory fee.
And we can monitor.
To see that we're on track.
Like Schwab Intelligent Income.
Schwab.
Introducing Schwab Intelligent Income, a simple, modern way to pay yourself from your portfolio.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, we don't have that.
Schwab, a modern approach to wealth management.
Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around.
Welcome back, America. It sure is good to see you.
Finding the perfect grill like the Big Green Egg is easy with help from your local Ace. So stop by, choose your next grill, and we'll assemble and deliver it for free. Get a premium grill and premium help only at your neighborhood Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Well, Mark, we were trying to decipher something we saw between innings. It's the home plate umpire, James Hoy, having a conversation with A.J. Hinch. And this was moments after that. In the Tigers dugout, Brian Garcia checking his hat. And, of course, this has been the topic of discussion this week with the new enforcement standards beginning in baseball on Monday for illegal substances.
Yeah, Alex, this is going to be interesting moving forward, how they handle that. I think James Hoy just getting ahead of how the process is going to go. But I think baseball is taking their time because they've identified certain pitchers that have the possibility of using that substance. It's going to be interesting on Monday how this changes the game, how it'll slow it up, how they're going to be able to present that.
There's a fly ball from Harold Castro. Flagged down by Ward, 2 away. So everybody has said their piece this week.
Yeah.
if there was a think piece to be written, it's been written.
Yeah.
And players have sounded off on it, and Tyler Glasnow probably the most notable with his injury. Talking about changing the grip that he had to use, cutting back on sunscreen, putting the ball deeper into his hand as Robbie Grossman swings and misses.
Well, it's going to be interesting if Garcia has a new hat going in there, if he indeed stays in the game. But yeah, I think you're going to hear a lot more. It's not going away. I think what everyone would like to do is have an even playing field, and that's going to take some time. Well, there's the rosin bag. That's the stuff that you can use legally. But there's been a lot of stuff applied.
High bouncer. And well handled by Fletcher, charging in to make the play. 7th inning stretch at Angel Stadium.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Comfort in the extreme. The Lincoln family of luxury SUVs.
Cheese crackers, Sargento. New, perfectly sized. Cheese and Ritz, cheese and Triscuit, cheese and wheat thins. Cheese, real natural cheese. Now with your favorite crackers.
Sargento. We're real cheese people.
Finding the perfect grill like the Big Green Egg is easy with help from your local Ace. So stop by, choose your next grill, and we'll assemble and deliver it for free. Get a premium grill and premium help only at your neighborhood Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
There's another beach out there calling your name. Adios, agendas. We've got bright new flavors to discover. Let's go say, hola. to the incredibly refreshing world of Corona Hard Seltzer.
There's a lot of talk about getting back to the way things were. But what does that mean? For the folks who run with us, there is no going back because they've never stopped working towards a better tomorrow. Together, we run forward.
Just know it always starts with a spark, a light in the dark, a beat in your heart, unbreakable.
Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Because grilled to order makes a sub above.
6-3 Angels, bottom half of the 7th at Angel Stadium. New pitcher for Detroit, Tyler Alexander, after Brian Garcia goes that 1 inning. Be the 18th appearance for Alexander in his 3rd season. So the righty will go to work against the middle third of the Angel order, Rendon, Walsh, and Iglesias. Anthony Rendon looking to reach in his return to the lineup. Over 3 with a strikeout.
323 on first pitches. See if he looks for that ball middle in.
Went after it. Rendon deep to center field. Cameron going back in front of the track. And he's got it for out number 1. You're right on it. It stayed in the park.
That was a good swing by Rendon. Just got in on him just a tad.
Final line on Garcia. Went 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run, and 1 walk. Here's Jared Walsh. Let's take it back to the 3rd. And a 4-run 3rd inning for the Angels. Walsh with a 2-run homer for the 2nd straight game.
Well, I think it was set up, Alex, with his first at bat, that slashing double he had, and then he starts pulling that breaking ball. He's had a nice night, even a last plate appearance, drawing the walk. It just looks like he's locked in, has a nice timing, rhythm.
That's impressive. And we already knew that the Angels are one of the better offensive clubs this year, but the rate of production that they've been on, I mean, you can outscore your problems, put it that way.
Yeah, and you know what, Alex? Also, you have to credit the process too.
Yep.
I mean, there's guys that are executing it, but it's also Jeremy Reed, the hitting coach, applying that in-game stuff that we saw tonight. Mike Trout talking with Shohei Ohtani. But if you can have that resume where Jeremy Reed has that understanding of setting a plan, and then the players go out there and execute it. Really takes a long time to gain that trust throughout the roster. See Justin Upton having those conversations.
And maybe I'm being a little bit unfair. The Angels have shored things up in other areas. The starters have been a little bit better. The defense has been a little bit better. 2-2 to Walsh. Called strike 3. At the knees on the outside corner. And Walsh is down on strikes, 2 away.
Now Tyler Alexander has that comfort of the glove side. You can see that cutting action fastball, 87, but perfectly placed. See him working on the side of that baseball. Really presented nicely by Jake Rogers. Nothing you can do with that pitch.
So a 2 away. And the base is empty. Iglesias takes strike 1. 1-1. And again, the Tigers just hanging around. We'll have 2, 3, and 4 up in the top half of the 8th. And Iglesias shatters his bat. Ball winds up at third, where Candelario fires across. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Alexander as we head to the 8th.
It's a high fashion, high drama Lego Masters runway show. Lego Masters, all new Tuesday on Fox.
Hi, I wanted to get the mobile deal I saw on the sign.
Sure, if you're getting 4 lines.
Oh, I don't need 4 lines.
Well, then you can't get that deal. But imagine what you could do with 4 lines. You can have one to call your lawyer. What? Embezzlement. Or you can use one to call your boss. Quick question, how do I tell someone if they're not getting 4 lines that each is gonna cost more? Yeah, I don't think she looks happy. No, not yet. She's gonna lose her mind. You tell her.
You know what? I'm good.
T-Mobile is selling it. Don't buy it.
Didn't work.
For one fair price, no matter how many lines you need, choose Spectrum Mobile.
Some guys go through life thinking, do I smell right now? So Harry's makes a range of deodorants in 3 levels of protection for every kind of sweater. Because we all deserve to go through life with our wings up. Introducing the range of deodorants from Harry's. Not the same.
I just couldn't stay in shape like I used to. But luckily, I found Nugenix.
Nugenix is a unique man-boosting formula that helps increase your free testosterone levels. To get a complimentary bottle, text RANK to 369369.
For MLB Pitch, Hit, and Run, presented by MLB Network, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Sign up for free at pitchhitrun.com.
Do you even know what happens when you pack a bunch of all-stars into Coors Field? The scoreboard guy is going to get a workout, and I am here for that.
Angels leading 6-3. Looking for their 3rd straight win. Alex Faust, Mark Sweeney here with you. Halos have won 16 of their last 24. Tigers trying to stay above 500 on this road trip. Jonathan Scope, solo shot back in the 6th.
Yeah, you see the breaking ball and hung by Sandoval. And the hot hitter Scope continues his hot stretch, just getting it over the wall in left field.
Tony Watson, who came in the game in the 7th, remains in for the Angels. Trying to bounce back from a rough outing Wednesday night in Oakland. Angels had a 2-run lead. Watson failed to retire any of the 6 batters that he faced. All 6 wound up scoring. Wound up an 8-4 loss for the Angels. Ahead here 1-2. Retired Castro and Grossman after coming into the game.
Alex, it's a bullpen game, so that's how you're going to win games. But also, if you're losing games that way, it is devastating within that clubhouse. I think the Angels, if they're going to be moving forward, are going to have to shore up those bullpen arms, get them doing what they supposedly are supposed to do.
Two to Scope. And the count runs full. And it is a two-way street. If starters are going deeper into games, handing lower leverage situations to the bullpen, that'll benefit them as well.
Mm-hmm. You look across baseball, and you understand that they have to be able to finish off these outings and be able to have those finish pitches out of the bullpen.
So the leadoff walk to Sculp. Remind you, MLB The Show 21 is available now on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and with Xbox Game Pass. Own your rivals, own the show. Rated E for everyone. Pitching change for the Angels. I'll be right back.
And Doug.
Oh, are you using Liberty Mutual's coverage customizer tool?
Sorry?
Well, since you asked, it finds discounts and policy recommendations, so you only pay for what you need. Limo, you're an animal! Who's got the bird legs now?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Are you tired of clean clothes that just don't smell clean? What if your clothes could stay fresh for weeks? Now they can. Downy Unstoppable's in-wash scent boosters keep your laundry smelling fresh way longer than detergent alone. Pour a cap of Downy Unstoppables into your washing machine before each load and enjoy fresher smelling laundry. With 6 times the freshness ingredients, Downy Unstoppables gives you more of what you love. If you want laundry to smell fresh for weeks, make sure you have Downy Unstoppables in-wash scent boosters.
The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. It's been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again. But baseball has marked the time. It reminds us of all that once was good and it could be again.
Chevrolet. Find new roads.
At Panera, dinner is hot and ready to serve. Order our warm and toasty sandwiches for dinner tonight with delivery or pickup. Only at Panera.
A new view. Coffee I didn't have to make. A soft, comfy Hilton robe.
Having Mom all to myself.
When you're ready, we'll be here. To new memories. Hilton.
Well, the highlight of the night, the Angels and Shohei Ohtani continue this torrent offensive run. Ohtani's 22nd homer of the year. Confirming Friday he'd participate in a home run derby for the first time. He's the only one, if my memory serves. I don't think I've seen anyone else announce that they're participating yet. And he will be the first ever Japanese player in the home run derby, something he takes a lot of pride in. Here's Mike Myers as the Angels go to their 4th pitcher of the night. Strike to Candelario. Scope at first, a leadoff walk. Tony Watson wound up facing the minimum allowable. Upstairs 2-1. Jeimer Candelario swings and misses at a fastball up in the zone from Myers. 2-2. Candelario struck out twice tonight. Twice a victim to Patrick Sandoval, who still holding on to the win for now. 2-2. Got him swinging. One down in the 8th. Let's send you over to Kevin Burkhardt in the studio with a game break.
Well, Alex, there have been 6 no-hitters in the majors this year. Guess what? Walker Buehler of the Dodgers trying to make it 7. He's gone 7 innings, no-hit baseball, struck out 10 Diamondbacks. Dodgers winning comfortably 7-0. On a side note, Arizona since May 1st is 6-39. Wow. Alex, Sweendog, back to you.
Yeah. They've been picked on, and this Angels team was one of them picking on them.
23 losses on the road for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Cabrera swings and misses in an off-speed pitch. Well, the Dodgers just keep humming along, huh?
They've dealt with a lot of injuries, and Dave Roberts and his gang continue to push against those surprising San Francisco Giants. Kevin Gausman has been lights out all year long for the Giants. I think, Alex, we all know the Dodgers aren't going away.
No.
They are so talented.
Oh, that pitching staff. Cabrera fights off a fastball riding in on his hands, 1-2.
Yeah, you can see the frustrations with Cabrera, just not the bat speed that you can get into this 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Just missing that pitch. That's a frustrating thing, looking up and seeing the velocity of the fastball and not getting to it.
Scored after walking in the 6th. And the RBI single for Daz Cameron. Multi-hit games in 3 out of his last 4, including last night. The Tigers down to their last 5 outs. 2-2. Got him swinging. Back-to-back Ks. 2 down.
93, it looked like it had a little bit of cut on it. You could see working on the side of the ball and pitching over the barrel of Miguel Cabrera. No stride, just trying to take that movement out. That's blown by him. The frustration continues for Cabrera.
So Myers with a pair of strikeouts since coming into the game, and that's a season high 3 strikeouts for Cabrera. Haas takes a first pitch strike. Now 0 for 10 this series, Haas. And he goes fishing. 0-2. Another nice crowd here at Angel Stadium. Had a lot to cheer about lately. Myers looking to strike out the side in the 8th. The 0-2 to Haas. Just missed.
Now Suzuki tried to pull that 97-mile-an-hour fastball into the strike zone. Watch the glove work of Suzuki. That's well off the plate. Myers even thought he had it.
Count evens at 2-2. 29 games last year in the shortened season. That was the 3rd most among all pitchers in the American League. Looking to take the Angels through 8. Spoiled foul.
Well, nice battle by Haas. You saw that tight breaking ball. And with 2 strikes, just battling to get another opportunity. Maybe he bought himself another fastball.
Sixth pitch of the at-bat coming. And Haas fouls another one off. .95-96 from Myers. And Haas, who was behind the plate for a no-hitter of his own. Talking about one that might be developing in Phoenix. Spencer Turnbull's no-hitter back in mid-May. Another 2-2. Got him swinging. Myers strikes out the side.
What if the first thing you wanted other drivers to notice was unnoticeable? until you turn them on. Just how big can you make a nav screen? Can you be civilized when leaving civilization? Question everything. We did. It's your journey in the all-new Hyundai Tucson.
The best ingredients are easy to explain. Like food that's grown from soil and rain. Artichokes and egg yolks have nothing to hide. Unlike azodicarbonamide, our domain is organic romaine, ancient grains, chunky or plain. Fuel for the brain. Absolutely anything but mundane. We only sell food we know you'll adore. So icky products are banned from our store. Saying no to that stuff is more than a goal, because that's what makes us whole.
These aren't your normal nachos. Nuh-uh. With double the seasoned beef and a large drink for just $5, it deserves a name with some oomph. Something grand. Or grande. It's the $5 grande nachos, only at Taco Bell.
Is this one of your State Farm commercials?
Yeah, sure is. Chris smiles and says, "Wow, love State Farm's surprisingly great rates." Then suddenly his body turns into a basketball.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Do you even know what happens when you pack a bunch of all-stars into Coors Field? Roger, Denver, we got a problem.
Sir?
All I'm saying is the scoreboard guy is gonna get a workout, and I am here for that.
Tucker Carlson Originals. Learn how gang members migrate to the U.S.
MS-13 uses our open borders to expand its operations.
Can the U.S. put a stop to the threats before it's too late? Tucker Carlson Originals. New episode available now, exclusively on Fox Nation.
Tyler Alexander back out there for the Tigers. Will face Juan Lagares, who came into the game. And the 7th inning defensively for the Angels. Lagares' first pitch swinging, fouls one off. I want to clean up something I said earlier about the Angels and trying to climb back here. They had been one game over 500 since May 1st, one time. But that's it. A 6-game win streak. We understand Walker Buehler's no-hit bid has been broken up. The Peralta. The single as Lagares flies one to right. Grossman on the run. One down. Even so, this is more of that complete kind of game that they've been looking for with the Angels. And Joe Madden talking to us earlier today about all the pieces that need to be in place for that. Yes, the bullpen's been an issue, but you can get a little bit better starting pitching. It's been clean in the field tonight.
Yeah, and you got to love the way they ran the bases early in this ball game, setting the tone. I think David Fletcher has been a difference maker tonight from the 9 spot.
I mean, heck, even the squeeze play in the 6th laid down by Fletcher.
Yeah, it's unconventional baseball this day and age. But I think, to your point, play like it's 1985 is Joe Madden. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just blending the new and the old. Being able to win different ball games different ways. Anytime Shohei Ohtani is up to bat, you're watching. He's typically driving it out of the ballpark.
Madden described it to us as liberal arts version of baseball. Yeah. You can have your nuts and bolts. You can study mathematics and engineering. But it's nice to throw a sociology class in there every now and again.
It sure
a little
is.
Political science, a little economics, you know. This is scalded up the left side and fair. Suzuki around first, digging for 2, and he has a 1-out double.
How about these extra base Angels tonight? Can't just talk about Shohei Ohtani. He electrifies everybody, but Kurt Suzuki getting into the hit party. It's another elevated pitch by Alexander.
Tyler Alexander will be taken out of the game. Pitching change for the Tigers at Angel Stadium.
Stay restless with the icon that does the same. The RX, crafted by Lexus.
Get 1.9% APR financing on the 2021 RX 350.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Domino's is testing driverless delivery powered by Neuro, and it's got someone back to their old habits. Avoid the Noid when you get any 2 or more medium 2-topping Domino's pizzas delivered for just $5.99 each.
We're so embarrassed we overpaid for this used car. We don't even want to show our faces around here.
If you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again. Shop millions of great deals at the all-new Carfax.com.
What's going on, Dad?
Shh. We're in a State Farm commercial. Anything can happen. It's okay to be afraid, but sometimes in life you have to face those fears.
Is that Jake from State Farm?
Don't worry. Things are gonna go surprisingly great, like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
What's up, family?
Uncle Cliff!
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
Welcome back, America. It sure is good to see you.
Finding the perfect grill like the Big Green Egg is easy with help from your local Ace. So stop by, choose your next grill, and we'll assemble and deliver it for free. Get a premium grill and premium help only at your neighborhood Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Do you even know what happens when you pack a bunch of all-stars into Coors Field? Roger, Denver, we got a problem.
Sir?
All I'm saying is the scoreboard guy is gonna get a workout, and I am here for that.
A.J. Hinch and plate umpire James Boyd chatting again over the check of the hat from Brian Garcia earlier in the game. Without reading lips, no way of knowing what that conversation is about right now, but one can guess. Here's Joe Jimenez, former All-Star. His 5th Major League season with the Tigers. 18th appearance of the year. And he will face David Fletcher, who is 2 for 2 tonight and had that sack bunt squeeze to get another run across, and he hits one fair up the third base line. Suzuki will jog around third and make it 7-3 Angels. The 3rd hit of the night for Fletcher is an RBI double. That is now 6 two-baggers for the Angels tonight, a season high.
I'm in the fan club of David Fletcher. Just the way he can perform, being able to manipulate the ball all over the ballpark, slashing, safety squeeze, and now a double, scoring Suzuki easily. Wonder what it takes to get into his fan club.
There's Upton. Probably a little bit of eye black.
Yeah.
Some pair of stirrups.
Maybe dirt on my suit. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the ballpark. I'm going to slide in my suit. And they're going to say, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm David Fletcher's fan club.
Careful with those high fives, man. That's it's all fun and games for this Angels team right now. And for the Tigers, misery continues, especially from this bullpen. 7 runs allowed Thursday, 11 last night, and another 7 tonight. This Tigers pitching staff. Upton swings and misses, 2-2. Upton, one of the Angels who has hit a double tonight, 1 for 4. He has Fletcher in scoring position, looking to tack on more. And the count runs full.
Double-double animal style tonight in Anaheim. Grilled onions on that burger.
You're speaking my language. Ohtani waiting on deck. And now Upton has reached safely in 17 straight. Time's granted. So the Angels, who came in tied for 3rd in the AL West with Seattle, and they're just trying to win the day at this rate. Payoff pitch. And Upton shoots it into right. Fletcher held up at 3rd. And he's back to the bag in time.
I think he was sitting breaking ball. He gets the fastball, just serves it to right. Almost a check swing approach, and jacking on the brakes is David Fletcher, and just barely getting back to 3rd base. Watch that right hand. Brian Butterfield, the 3rd base coach, locking down the brakes on Fletcher, and he had to scoot back to 3rd base. You know why he did that? You know who's up right now, right? That's why he jacked on the brakes. Shohei Ohtani, it's showtime.
Swing and miss, interrupting some chance of MVP. They've been growing louder and louder at the Big A. Homered in the 3rd. And taking off is Upton. He'll get the bag. Fletcher will score as the ball got away from Castro. Aggressive base running by the Angels, and it's 8-3.
Now we saw it in the 3rd with Fletcher tagging on a pop-up to the catcher. Early break by Upton, sliding in, and the ball scoots away. Easily scoring is Fletcher. Yeah, that spiked throw to Castro. I don't think they got him even with a good throw.
On 1 to Ohtani. And he lays off a breaking ball. Well, Vlad Guerrero Jr., that is. Well, if we're just judging it based on batting average, fine. But all around, is there an argument?
I think there is an argument now because Shohei Ohtani is putting on one of those hot stretches. But you're talking about the Triple Crown for Vladdy Jr.
Popped up. Haas drifting over. Makes the catch. And he'll fire in, keeping Upton at 2nd. Let's go to Kevin Burkhardt with a game break.
Alex, I'm still in amazement that Shohei didn't hit another home run. But here's this. I told you about Walker Buehler's no-hit bid. He had it through 7, but in the 8th, leadoff man David Peralta ends it. So the Diamondbacks get a hit. Buehler's done 7 1/3, 11 strikeouts. Diamondbacks add a couple, but it's still 9-3 Dodgers. Alex, back to you.
Well, it's amazing, KB. Every time Ohtani is at the plate, every foul ball even.
Right.
I mean, like I'm sure there have been other instances in the last 20-plus years, but you think back to McGuire and Sosa, right? Every time they were up, every time the ball was hit, you thought something special was going to happen. Ohtani has mentioned, he's going to be in the home run derby. This was a couple years ago in Colorado, interleague play. Thin air in Denver.
Well, you know it's going to go a long way, and Shohei put on a show. You see Gooby even admiring that behind there in the hitting cage. Our good friend Mark Gubicza, who is outstanding doing analyst work on Bally Sports.
Ohtani did participate in a home run derby in Japan back in 2016. And he said that experience actually taught him a lot about meeting the moment and not overdoing it, overexerting himself. He felt like, and again, he was coming out of his teenage years at the time, right? And he felt he was just swinging way too hard, and it got him out of rhythm. He says this year, what he's going to try to do, the home run derby, he's just going to try as best he can. Obviously, it's going to be a packed house in Denver, but try as best he can just to approach it like batting practice.
Well, it's interesting because it doesn't matter where he hits it. So the only thing is you don't want to get in pull mode. Well, we saw tonight, he can go out to left field with ease. And it doesn't really matter in Colorado. Remember back in 1998, they had the All-Star game there. Ken Griffey Jr. was there. Jim Thome. I think Shohei is going to put on an absolute performance at Coors Field. You wonder if he's going to bring his batting practice pitcher.
Ward draws a walk. 2 on, 2 out. As the Angels look to pad the lead. I'll bring up Rendon. Over 4 tonight. Upton at second, and Ward with the walk at first. 2 away, bottom half of the 8th. And a game where the Tigers were closing in. This was 5-0 in favor of the Angels after 3. And Detroit, they're hanging around and chipping away, and they just were not able to get as much as they wanted against the Angels bullpen. And Detroit all year long, this has been, among others, this has been a big problem.
Anytime you see last, especially in the AL ranks, that's going to be a lot of unfortunate results for A.J. Hinch. And it is a process with a lot of these young pitchers cutting their teeth in the game of baseball. Sometimes is cruel. Just like anything else, though, you learn from those tough times. I think every player that's put on a major league uniform understands you go through those tough times and you grow. If you're not, you're going to be out of the ball game. I mean, not in a uniform.
4-pitch walk to Rendon, and the bases are loaded for Jared Walsh, who also has home run pop, as evidenced tonight by his 2-run shot in the 3rd.
Alex, I always marveled at guys that had tough years, and it happens, but then they would bounce back and have one of those career years. A.J. Hinch understands he's got a lot of young talent on this team that really has to work their way through those challenges, through those tough times. But with those 3 starting pitchers, and they've gone through that next phase for the Tigers. I think there's exciting times. A.J. Hinch understands he's going to have to work through those challenges. But those 3 starting pitchers, if they develop in the ball game and also get some of their young talent that we've touched on earlier in the game, start rising in those ranks, especially in the division.
They're without Matthew Boyd, who probably won't be back until after the All-Star game. Spencer Turnbull rehabbing in Florida right now. Maybe they'll get Ramirez back in late June. So here's Jared Walsh. Inside ball 1. 3 for 7 in his career with the bases loaded. A 2 for 3 night. Doubled in the second. 2-run shot in the third. The Angels with a run in the second, 4 in the third, 1 in the sixth, and 2 more here in the eighth. And nowhere to put him. One and one. Fastball up in the zone, and Walsh fights it off. 1-2. It's interesting when you peel back the layers a little bit, and all those guys who are stepping up, Walsh among them, came in tied for the team lead in base hits. David Fletcher edging in front of them with 3 tonight. 2-2. Fletcher now with 72 on the season. Walsh with 71.
I'm in his fan club.
I'll find you a membership card.
I'm telling you, tomorrow I'm going to go to a park and I'm going to slide in my suit. I'm going to take a picture. Say David Fletcher's fan club. Anyone that wants to hop on board, just go over to your local park, just slide in the grass, and just get dirty.
Two and 2 to Walsh. And he's down swinging. That'll leave the bases loaded for the Angels, but they get 2 more in the 8th. We head to the 9th. 8-3.
Comfort in the extreme. The Lincoln family of luxury SUVs.
Cheese crackers, Sargento. New, perfectly sized. Cheese and Ritz, cheese and Triscuit, cheese and wheat thins. Cheese, real natural cheese. Now with your favorite crackers.
Sargento.
We're real cheese people.
Sorry, Ricky.
Nice shot.
Rise and shine to a tasty new era. The Jimmy Dean Delight sandwich with a plant-based patty. Made with wholesome brown rice, beans, and quinoa. It's the tastiest sandwich to root for.
We're delighted and hope you will try it.
There's a lot of talk about getting back to the way things were. But what does that mean? For the folks who run with us, there is no going back. Because they've never stopped working towards a better tomorrow. Together, we run forward.
You fired up the grill for one hot dog? Seriously?
Hot dogs, better with Pepsi.
I'm ordering some burritos.
Oh, nice.
Burritos? Get a freshly made footlong from Subway instead, with crisp veggies on freshly baked bread. Just order in the app. Ditch the burgers.
Choose better, be better.
Subway, eat fresh.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Watch baseball live or on demand on your favorite supported devices. Save 50% now through Father's Day. That's tomorrow. Blackouts and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Well, what an early Father's Day present for Daz Cameron, with his dad in attendance. Former big leaguer himself, seeing his son shoot a home run out to right. And then an RBI single in the 6th. He's produced 2 out of the 3 Tiger runs tonight.
Nice Father's Day presents for Dad, the 17-year big leaguer.
Will face Alex Claudio, who enters the game for the Angels. Tony Watson faced 3, Mike Myers faced 3, and now Claudio.
Yeah, Myers was impressive tonight, striking out the side in his outing.
32nd appearance for Claudio. Wicked off-speed pitch catches Cameron out in front.
Yeah, for Claudio, it really is that changeup. And the Angels' record, leading after 8, that's pretty impressive. Has a lot to do with Iglesias, their closer. Notched his 12th save last night.
Well, that's a 3-pitch strikeout for Claudio to get the 9th started. And the last 4 outs for the Tigers have come by way of strikeout. I mean, it speaks to when this offense gets going, and if they can get support from their pitching staff and from their bullpen. The Angels are 33-12 when they score 4 or more runs this season. That accounts for all but 2 of their victories. Looking to get back above 500 here. First pitch swinging for Willie Castro, and Claudio barely got to the bag in time, a half step ahead of Castro. 2 down.
Now, interesting play, and Jared Walsh vacates first base, as you can see going across. Claudio going over, and first base umpire Fielding Culbreth in perfect position and watching that right foot applied to first in time. Nice call by the first base umpire. Tough throw by Fletcher and executed perfectly.
Tigers down to their final out. First pitch from Claudio to Jake Rogers is fouled up the third base line. How's that record? 33-12 when scoring 4 or more. And if you can eke out a couple more wins in that bottom line, well, then you got the makings of a team that could be in the conversation for a playoff berth. In the air to right, that'll dunk in front of Taylor Ward. So Rogers with his 2nd base hit of the night. Now 2 for 3. They'll keep the Tigers alive. Harold Castro will dig in. He has not reached. So Claudio with a runner at first. Ball 1. Well, it would be justice in a lot of ways to Patrick Sandoval and the performance he gave Angel fans at home tonight. 5 2/3, 9 strikeouts. And this should do it. The Angels are back above 500. An 8-3 victory over the Tigers. Shohei Ohtani with his 22nd home run of the season. And another offensive outburst from the Halos in a victory.
Well, Alex, this offense for the Angels, they showed up tonight. You see the 12 hits, but the extra base hits came out. And Shohei Ohtani did not disappoint with that opposite field homer.
So the Angels have won the first 3 games of this series, and they are back above 500. Offense early from the Angels. They got 4 in the 3rd en route to the victory. For Mark Sweeney and our entire FS1 crew, this is Alex Faust saying so long from Angels Stadium. The Halos win it 8-3 over the Tigers. Good night, everybody.